Well, shalom, shalom. Welcome, welcome, world changers. Here we are. And we're doing a special live stream here to give you an update about the drum fundraiser that we had a few months ago. So, welcome, welcome, everyone. Calamento says shalom to all. Chipmunk says shalom, everyone. Let's raise some dough. All right, shalom, shalom. Welcome and blessings to you and your families. So, we did a fundraiser. This was a couple months ago, September 15th, to be exact. And I know that some of you are wondering what became of that, what other specifics and all that. I'm going to show you guys the specifics in just a moment. Just give me a second here. I just want to make sure everything is up and running as it should be. Because I want to make sure that we got everything here on different platforms all going here. All right. Okay. All right. So, give you guys a little bit of a background as to what happened and how this came about. Now, there is a fair amount of progress here. However, there has been some snags, and it has been some hangups, and there has been some problems over the past couple months, and I wanted to share that with you guys. I wanted to put everything out there as much as possible in regards to just letting you guys know what happened, why it happened, and all that kind of stuff. So let's start with the very beginning. So in around August, Victor approached me and he showed me one of his cymbals, saying, this is, like he plays drums for our band multiple times a week and all that kind of stuff. He said, look at this cymbal is starting to get worn out, and he didn't have the funds to replace it. I didn't have the funds to replace it either, and it would cost anywhere between $100 to a couple $100 for a brand new cymbal. So I'm thinking, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? And it was my idea. I said, well, hey, why don't we just let the community know, and we'll do Victor, you can do a drumathon. In other words, you can come on the live stream and just play drums and just wail at it, and do that for a fundraiser. At first, Victor wasn't all that. He wasn't really all that keen on the idea in the beginning. So, but I encouraged him to keep going, to actually do it, because I said, how else? How else are we going to raise the funds? And basically, just at the time was like, okay, all we need is at least a couple hundred, and that would get us at least one new good cymbal. So after a while, we set it up. This was September 15th, a couple months ago. Actually, what was it? How many weeks ago would that be? About 2.5 months ago now. About 11. Actually, it was 11 weeks ago today, right? September 15th was a Sunday. This is September 15th, 2024. Yeah, 11 weeks ago today. So he did it. He did the drumathon. I'll play a couple minutes of it for you guys. So let's see if I can get this going. So Victor was he was wailing away here on these drums for well over an hour in attempts to do this drumathon and to raise awareness of the need, and to raise the money to replace at least one of his cymbals. Because we didn't have the money. He didn't have the money. I didn't have the money at the time to do that. So there has been several of you that have been so gracious and kind to contribute. to the cause, and thank you very much for that. That was amazing. That was and that was much needed. In the meantime, I got a comment from another person, and I'm not going to. I'll call him John. That's not his real name, but I'll call him John. I received a comment on one of the videos, and actually a couple comments. This particular individual left a couple comments. One comment was like, "Hey, I can help. I got an idea of how I can help." And so another comment that he left was, I'll read it here actually, just to give you guys a good idea. He said, "Christopher, I have some very nice cymbals I would like to donate. I have been playing for many years and have a pile of awesome cymbals and gear. I would be honored to see them be used to glorify Yehovah. I will try to reach out again, brother." And I said, "Shalom. I'm sorry, somehow I didn't see your comments until now." So this was a few days afterwards, I think it was. "Our drummer, Victor, would be absolutely thrilled if you could donate your cymbals. Could you please send me an email and we'll work out the details there." Okay, so that particular individual sent me an email, and emails went back and forth for about a month after that. So in the meantime, we had this money that has been donated, and to give you guys, I'll show you guys a little bit of a. Okay, so there's one email, or here, I'm just going to give you guys an account of everything here, so you guys understand. So y'all know, this is a super chat that we received on one of the videos for $25 US. Keep in mind, I'm actually in Canada, so. I'm in Canada. US has to be converted to Canadian, and there's usually about, if you take US funds, multiply it by like 1.3, that's what basically that would be in Canadian. So, like $10 would be like $13 in Canadian funds. On the PayPal fundraiser, through the PayPal fundraiser that we used here, this is actually a screenshot from my PayPal account, just so you guys know. Again, we're looking here at absolute transparency. This is the screenshot. As you can see here, the date range is this year, so the entire year. This is what we brought in for the drums especially, so $240.83. I do understand this is in Canadian, so American, that would be close to 200, I think, 100 and something American. So we have that. Also, we have a very dear brother who, through Subscribestar, we had an extra 150 American dollars given through him. So a total, just to total it all up, we have 243. Let's see if I can pull this up here. So I got a calculator here. So we got 243.83 plus. So let's give me a second. Pull up that. So that's $25 from the super chat, and $150 from Subscribestar. So that's $175. So, okay, so $175 American would equal, and I'll show you guys exactly here, is the currency converter, would equal about $244.93 Canadian. So bring the calculator back up. So that's the 243 from PayPal donations, plus the $244.93 from the other platforms, gives us a grand total of $488.76. Okay, so yeah, thank you guys so much for helping out here. I know you guys are wondering, so why did it take 11 weeks to get to this point, and still Victor, and I'll tell you, Victor doesn't have his symbol or symbols yet. And this is what I'm about to explain what happened. We had a problem, and I would like to ask you guys for your help in which way you could, if you could give advice or help in other ways. We had a couple problems. So the first one was the timing. Again, we had a brother who graciously offered to donate symbols, which is amazing. That's amazing. Thank you for that. If you, I'll call him John again, just for the sake of keeping everything anonymous at this point. So John, so he offered to donate symbols. So at this point, I did not know how many, how much, how good quality they are, how old they were, on all kinds of stuff. So I didn't know anything about this. So I said to Victor, I said, well, because he wanted, of course, he wanted to purchase the symbols right away after the fundraiser and get everything moving. And so I just said to Victor, I said, let's just wait until see what this brother has to what he's going to do, because this can affect what you would like to do with the actual donations, because why purchase X number of symbols if this particular person is going to donate symbols anyway that's really good quality and that if this person does donate a lot of symbols, the idea was, well, we'll use the money for other drum equipment. Perhaps if there's extra cymbals that we don't have stands for, then Victor can use that. What was it? $488 to, and this is Canadian, by the way, so there'd be less American, like 300 something American, or 400 American, 300 something, I think it would be. So you could use the money for purchasing extra stands and extra drum equipment to help facilitate the extra cymbals if we get those extra cymbals. So we didn't want to spend the donation money until we know exactly what the situation is with all these other symbols. Okay, so this particular person, again, I'll call him John. He emailed me, and we were going back and forth for a little while. Again, in the meantime, Victor's asking me like every day, okay, what's going on? What's this person doing? Is this person sending? How long am I supposed to wait? And so every single day, Victor has been asking me what's been going on here, and I just kept on saying, just be patient. And John, we'll call him John, he said he'll send the symbols, so we'll just be patient and we'll wait until it happens. So after the course of probably about a dozen emails back and forth between me and John, he finally sent the symbols. So I got this email from this particular individual, John. He said, "Shalom, brother. I didn't hear from you while in the UPS store, and I really wanted to get this going tonight before Shabbat. Anyways, I picked out 7 symbols," and he lists the symbols. Now, again, he said in a previous email that these symbols were from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, so they were... they got quite the age on them. And he said here, you may want to lightly clean one, as one is there's some oxidation on one of the symbols. So Oxidation to me would mean rust, okay? Rust on one of the cymbals. So again, I don't know the condition of the cymbals. I don't know how old they are. I have no idea. And I don't know this particular person personally either, so this person is just a person off the internet. I didn't know, I don't personally know this person. So anyways, he goes on to explain, about the oxidation on one of the cymbals. He said they're all vintage, high quality cymbals I've acquired over the years. That should vastly improve Victor's sounds. Next, we need to do something about those drums, with the laughing smiley face. Have a refreshing and wonderful Shabbat, brother. Okay. Yeah. So, we waited, and again, it was over a month before this brother was able to send these cymbals, and he also sent a tracking number. As soon as he sent the cymbals, and he sent it through UPS, he sent a tracking number. Now, before he sent it through UPS, I was like warning him about these kind of couriers, UPS, FedEx, because I have had nightmares with these guys before, especially UPS, okay? Especially when it comes to over-the-border transactions and that kind of stuff. It is just absolutely, you'll see what I mean. I'll show you guys in just a moment. I'll show you guys. Breath of Life 1, blessings. Good to see you. And those of you on TikTok as well, welcome. Yeah, so give you guys a little bit of an idea of what I mean. And I did share a little bit. I shared some of this with quote unquote John in previous experiences I've had with UPS. I used to a couple. Well, it's been a while ago now. Must have been about 15, 20 years ago. I used to sell computer especially modems. DSL modems. I sold, I don't know how many hundred of these modems. I had a whole stock full of them. And again, I'm located in Canada. So I would sell these modems, and there was an individual, a lady in California, who purchased one of the modems. I sold a lot of modems all across Canada and in the US as well. So a lady from California wasn't satisfied or happy with the modem, so she returned it. And I'm like, okay, sure, yeah, no problem. You can return it. I'll give you a full refund. No problem with that whatsoever. And I would always operate the business so that if someone wasn't happy, I would give them more than a full refund. Like many times, I would give them a refund plus much more for the, just for the problem. Like, here's your refund, and here's more than your refund, just to compensate for, the time in the money or whatever else that this could have caused you, just to compensate for the trouble that this is giving you, or just to compensate for your for your dissatisfaction. So I would do that quite often, and I have and just so you know that I have maintained, the business has maintained a 100% 5-star rating because of this stuff. Okay. Because I would always do this. Like, if I caused anybody trouble, if somebody wasn't happy, I would give everything back plus more. Okay. It's like, oh, sorry about this, and I'll give you your money back. Plus, I'll also give you more than that because, hey, I'm sorry for the trouble. So this is my gift to you. That's how I would operate. So anyways, this one particular dear lady from California returned one of my modems. She wasn't satisfied. So the problem was she chose UPS to send it back to Canada. So I ran my business out of my home at the time, and I knew when the return was coming, when the modem was coming. So I expected it. UPS came to the door with the modem, and he said, here's your modem, and by the way, this is going to cost you like 60 some odd dollars. I'm like, what? I didn't purchase this. This is a return. Oh no, this is brokerage fees. to receive the modem back. No, sorry. Send the modem. So I just said, sorry, I'm not going to take the modem because these fees, like, why should I pay fees on a return sale? This particular lady in California has already paid the shipping fees back to me. She already paid the shipping. So why should I pay double? Why should I pay the, 60? The modem was only worth like $25 anyway, or less than that, actually. So why should I pay $60 brokerage fees on top of the shipping money that she paid just because that UPS can charge brokerage fees without my consent, going over the border? Charge me, even though I didn't even order the service or ask for the service whatsoever. So I told the UPS driver, send the modem back. I don't want to pay these fees because this is ridiculous. It's like twice the amount of the actual worth of the modem. Bluebird says, shalom everyone. Shalom Bluebird. Welcome. Blessings. Chipmunk says, I've never had an issue with any delivery. I joke when I see the FedEx guy go up the hill. I say there is the fed up guy. Yeah. Thank you. Chipmunk says, very kind of you. And if every business did that, that is beyond ridiculous. I agree, Chipmunk. I agree. Anyways, so the UPS guy leaves my home. This to give you, I think it's important for you guys to understand this because there's a history between me and UPS. And this goes with the story of what I'm about to share with you in regards to Victor, cymbals, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so you guys need to know this. So the next day, the UPS guy comes back to the house. And he's like, okay, the fees have been waived. You don't have to pay anything. Here's your modem back. We took care of it. You don't have to worry about it. So here's the modem that's been returned to you from this lady. Here, just take it. I said, there's no fees, no charges. He said, nope, it's all gone. Don't worry about it. I said, okay. So I took the modem. Then I got a bill in the mail, like 60 something bucks. I got a bill in the mail from UPS. So that led me to, of course, contact UPS. Why should I have to pay to receive a return? I already shipped this out to this lady. She's just returning it. She already paid the shipping. She paid the shipping, and now you're charging me double. It's like double dipping. Why would you do that? And the driver told me I'm not going to be charged. So UPS replied by going, the driver doesn't have authority to tell you what you will be charged and what you won't be charged. I'm like, what? The driver doesn't have authority to tell me? Like, so anyways, I went back and forth with UPS for 6 months, calling emails. They took me to a collection agency for 60 something bucks, which of course would affect my credit rating and all that kind of stuff. And that was absolutely horrible. Finally, after I sent UPS, I'm like, look it, I sent UPS all the, I said, look, this is the, this is the transaction. This is the dialogue that I had with this lady. She's returning this particular modem, and you want me to pay taxes upon taxes upon fees and brokerage fees and all this other kind of nonsense to receive a modem back that's only worth like 25 bucks. So anyways, after 6 months of going through a nightmare with UPS, they finally lifted the charges. It was a horrible experience. So anyways, I let this particular person know. I let quote unquote John know. I said, look, UPS is horrible when it comes to this kind of stuff. FedEx as well. It's from what I understand, but I think that UPS is worse. But anyways, so this particular individual chose to use UPS to send the cymbals. Keep in mind, I don't know what kind of cymbals they are. I mean, I don't know what quality they are. I know he said they're good cymbals, but I just don't know because I haven't seen them. He said there's some oxidation. To me, that means rust. So I don't know because I haven't seen them. So he sent me a tracking number. And before the cymbals even reached us here, I went to UPS to see that, how, I wanted to know, like, when can Victor expect the cymbals, and when's it going to come, what time of the day, all this kind of stuff. So I went to UPS and put in the tracking number, and right away it says that I owe $253.90. What? I owe $253.90. Why? Because somebody decided to donate cymbals to me. So I thought, okay, this is completely, I don't even have words for it. Like, this is the opposite to what we want. We did this fundraiser 11 weeks ago today because we couldn't afford $200 for to buy a new cymbal. And if we could have afforded $200 to buy a new cymbal, we would have just went to the music store and bought a new cymbal, and we wouldn't have had to do a fundraiser. So the fundraiser was because we couldn't afford the $200. And now we're being charged $200 for a package that we didn't even receive yet. So anyways, we decided to refuse the delivery because why should you guys, I don't want to take your money and pay UPS for a parcel that I don't even know what it really contains and the quality of it. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, this particular gentleman said that it's good quality, but then he said there's some oxidation to it. So oxidation means rust to me. So why would I don't want to be irresponsible, or I don't want to be a bad steward of the money that was received for the cymbals. For the cymbal. Actually, it was supposed to be just one cymbal or more if we had enough to cover it. Anyways, so the delivery was refused. The UPS truck came, and before the driver even got the package off the truck, before the UPS driver even went to the back of the truck, said, "Sorry, no, we're not receiving it. We don't want it." So, because we don't want to pay, I don't want to go through this whole nightmare again with UPS. Well, guess what? We got a bill in the mail. Even though we didn't receive anything, I didn't even see anything. Victor didn't even see anything at all. Nothing. I'm going to show you guys the bill. Okay. JR says, geez, the Chipmunk says, so you became the fed up guy. So sorry. Yeah, I was fed up. That's for sure. Chipmunk says that's robbery. I agree. Chipmunk says we need to get someone near the border to meet you. That's ridiculous. Yes, I agree, Chipmunk. Thank you. Anyways, I got the bill in the mail. Okay, so the bill, this is, okay, I'll show you guys exactly. Okay, now some things are redacted for privacy reasons. Okay, so this is the bill. Summary of charges. You look at this. Customs, Canadian Customs, $125.48. Brokerage fees, $13.99. COD, What do you mean COD? We didn't even receive the package. Total government charges $140.25. Prep fee. An entry prep fee for $100.25. Disbursements fee for $7.40. And then another COD fee for $6. And a brokerage charges of $113.65. To make a total of $253.90 for a package we didn't even see. We didn't even see this package. Let alone, we didn't touch it. Didn't even come off the truck. Now, apparently, this particular individual declared this package to be worth about $1,000 Canadian. This is one of the problems. Anyways, I was in contact with this, I'm going to call John. I was in contact with him, and he said he's got he said that he had a plan. He said that he had an idea to help, and so I called. And again, I'm not going to give any names, but just for the sake of privacy and for the respect of privacy. So this particular individual, of course, was just as shocked as I was. We were both shocked about this, so this particular individual offered graciously and kindly, and I thank you for that, to help. Again, I'm just going to call him John for the sake of I don't know whether he wants to be identified or not. So again, I'm just out of deep respect. Anyways, okay, I'm just looking at the live chat here. Bluebird says horrible. Yeah. UPS is just brutal when it comes to this kind of stuff. So we got this bill in the mail, and ever since then we've been on the phone many times a week trying to get this stuff taken care of, and all that kind of stuff. David says, hey, bro, Christopher. Hey, brother Christopher just got here now. Hello, David. Welcome. Stephanie says, sorry this happened to your family. I just popping in to say that. Well, thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate that. David says, I'm free to discuss this on air as I'm stressed out over this more than you know. Okay. Sure, David. You know what? We can try it different ways. I think the easiest way to do this, David, would be to call me. If not, I could send a link, and we'll try to do it that way. Which way do you think you want to go? Do you want to call me, or should I try with the link, David? In the meantime, just let me greet some of these dear folks over there on TikTok. Hello, Whole Bible Believer. Hello, Twinkle, Alpha, Sam, Yoko, Georgie, Kush, welcome. Carl, User 13, Phobius, welcome. Sabine, Veronica, Jason, SMC, Francis, welcome. Marquis, Daughter of Yah, Nate the Great, I remember that name, welcome. Blessings, Janina, Aristocat, AIJ, Manolette, Canute. Breath of Life says that's insane highway robbery. Yeah. I honestly don't know how these people can do what they're doing here. Give me a second here. David says, wife is getting ready to head to Michigan, so I'll be in and out, but will do my best to respond as quickly as possible. Okay, David, when you said that you're free to discuss this on air, do you mean just in the live chat, or would you like to do like an audio call, like through the phone or through link? Just wanted to make sure I know what you mean there, David. Yeah. So, anyways, this is a situation we're in. In the meantime, for those of you who have donated graciously for the symbol, David says thinking live chat may be easier at this point. Okay, David. Okay. All right. So, again, I am doing my very best to be the best, absolute best steward possible in regards to you guys and the donations that you have graciously given to help Victor. By the way, Victor gave me one of his cymbals just before the live stream. I'll show you guys. This is one of his cymbals. That's one of his cymbals that he's playing right now. I'm not sure if you guys are, if you notice, but when we play, when we do our live music anymore, we a lot of songs we don't play. Some of the songs that we used to play, we don't play, and this is the reason why. Victor just says, I can't play those songs. I can't do it anymore. I can't do this. It really has been a very discouraging thing for him. A lot of songs he just says I can't do it, so that's why we've been kind of toning it down a little bit more. So it has affected our ability to do the music and to do the praise music. It has affected our ability. As if you go back like 2 months, okay, in the live streams, and you check out some of the music that we used to do, and you check out what we did there, say last Wednesday, you'll see major difference in the quality as well as in the amount of music that we have been able to play. Anyway, this gentleman who has who has sent the cymbals, told me on the phone that it was he put in the amount of the worth of the cymbals was not necessarily what the cymbals were worth, but rather what it would cost to replace the cymbals with new cymbals. So anyways, the amount that was declared on that was used to come up with that figure. So Chipmunk says that's a symbol of his talent and glory to God. Well, thank you, Chipmunk. And Kubert says, shalom, shalom, Kuberts. Welcome, blessings, blessings. Yeah, so again, this is not going to be a very long live stream, but I just want to let you guys know what's going on. The good news, if you will, is we have decided to take the money that has come in through the donations, the $488.76, and put that towards new cymbals as we have advertised. Okay, this is why we raised the money. I didn't want to use any of this money. Victor didn't want to use any of this money for UPS. And again, I just don't know what I'm getting on UPS. I didn't purchase this, and I don't know the condition of the cymbals, so I thought it would be kind of reckless for me to take $230 or $253.90 and from your donations and put it into a UPS bill from a package that I just don't know the quality of these cymbals. I don't want to be reckless. I want to be as good as possible with this money. So we have ordered Chipmunk says a little something towards the drums. Well, thank you, Cuberts. Thank you. Blessings to you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I know Victor would appreciate that so much as well. I got a little bit of good news is we have ordered new cymbals using the money that you precious people have donated. And again, I want to be as clear as possible here and as transparent as possible. So I'm going to show you a little bit of a screenshot from the order that we placed, so you guys know where your money actually went. So this is from an order made that we used. We ordered from a music store in Canada, and so Victor chose these particular items, cymbal sleeves, as his cymbal sleeves are completely shot, and he ordered a pack of Zildjian cymbals for $589.95. So yes, that is more than what we have received in donations, but at least what we have. We put in the extra $100 some odd ourselves into this. Actually, it's more than that, because including tax and all that, as you can see, it comes up to $637.61. So that's the good news. Those cymbals are on the way. It is a back order, so apparently the store has to order it from Zildjian, the Zildjian manufacturers themselves. So Zildjian has to send it to the store first, and then the store sends it to us, okay? Or sends it to Victor. So that order is in. So the money that you guys have donated for the cymbals is spent for exactly what you donated it for. So there's that. Yeah. So now, in regards to the UPS bill, this can get pretty serious. You might say, oh, well, it's $253. The problem is, UPS is known for taking people to the collection agency and destroying their credit at the drop of a hat. They're known for doing this like super fast. Okay, so the reason why we had this drum raising campaign, a fundraising campaign for the drums, is because, hey, we just didn't have the money to put into it. And Victor didn't have the money, I didn't have the money, or else I would have went to the store myself and just put the money down for a new cymbal for $200 or something, and give it to Victor, and nobody would know. Okay, nobody would know other than, hey, Victor got a new cymbal. Hey, praise God. Oh, there goes that cymbal. Yeah, so. Yeah, so you can't really get a really good sound out of that. Anyways, here's the plan. I am going to continue to try to get this, and hopefully by the grace and mercy of God, I can do it, try to get this bill completely wiped out. Okay, I'm going to do my best to get these fees waived, because, hey, after all, we didn't even see the package. Didn't even see it. I mean, literally, we didn't even see the package. It didn't come off the truck. The guy didn't even get it off the truck at all. It never left the UPS truck. I didn't see it. Yet I have to pay all these fees, or all these. So anyways, I'm going to try my best to try to deal with these people. And hopefully, by the grace and mercy of God, it will get expunged. It will get completely waived. Because we don't want UPS to do what they did to me before. which take they take me to a collection agency or take any of the band members to a collection agency, that destroys their credit. So that means more than a $250 ding. I mean, that could impact hugely on a person's life. This could do a major damage to someone's life. I mean, it could affect their ability to purchase a home, to purchase a car, to even get a new cell phone. I mean, with a black spot, with a bad credit rating because of an unpaid UPS bill, it could cause a lot more damage. It's not just $250 some odd dollars. It can cause a lot of damage for a lot of years. So anyways, the plan is I'm going to do whatever I possibly can to get this bill waived before they do this. And I know they take people to a collection agency very fast. They did it with me before. However, if perhaps we can't do this without some major problems like legal problems or collection agency or all this other stuff, if perhaps we can't do this, what I have done is I have set up a campaign on PayPal to cover the cost of this bill. If we can get this bill waived, and if anybody donates to the cause of covering this cost, we will use the funds for another project wherever it's needed. Okay, wherever it's needed. If in the event that we cannot get this bill waived, then of course all the funds that have been received through this campaign will go towards this bill, and we can finally put this behind us, move forward, and spend more of our time and effort into actually doing the ministry instead of dealing with this this nonsense. Okay, so I ask you, every one of you, to consider, if you can, please consider helping us with this. The link is in the description for a fundraising campaign to cover the cost of this bill. So, again, if the cost is covered, and if we have to pay the bill, it will go. Everything from the fundraiser will go to the bill. If I can somehow, hopefully, and I'm going to do my very best to get this bill waived, then the funds can be used for something else that is needed. So anyways, in the link in the description on YouTube, I know it's not so much, it's not on TikTok, but on YouTube especially, if you're able, and if you can, I ask that you would consider this, donating to the cause, and we will settle this one way or another. Either the bill will be waived and we can use your donation for something else that's needed, or we'll have to pay the bill. Okay, anyways, that's where it's at, folks. So yeah, that's the reason why it's been 11 weeks and you haven't seen, all you've seen is this. That's the reason why there has been those delays. Okay, let's see what we have in the live chat here. Chipmunk says, I have to say this because I feel it's needed for relief. I've mentioned before how God sends winks. It's one of the ways he talks to me is through the number 48. Whether you realized it or not. Your math was a tiny bit off, but I've added it up to 48. Every time the outcome is good, 48 shows up. It follows me with everything as a sign. I know it's silly, but God is sending a message that it will all turn out good. Well, thank you very much, Chipmunk. I appreciate that. I am hoping and praying that, regardless of what happens here, I am hoping and praying that, it will turn out for good. Absolutely, I appreciate that. David says, imagine from my side, I spent time hand packing a very nice set of 7 vintage cymbals. These were vintage high-end cymbals and are worth considerably more than what they were insured for. I appreciate that, David. Thank you. Yeah, it's been it's been a hard go for all of us. Definitely, it's really been hard go. Every single day, I have to deal with it one way or another, and it does take time and it does take energy. That should be, in my opinion, should be focused a little bit more on something else that should be done. I mean, ministry. I mean, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Calamanto says, thank you so much, Q-Berts. You are a blessing to our ministry. Absolutely, Q-Berts. Words cannot express. I really appreciate you guys that, you guys support those of you who attend the live streams. I even just the attendance, to me, it means a lot. I appreciate that. And then supporting like this is just amazing. Thank you. David says, and last I checked, they were disposed of. This is a thing, okay? Think about that. I'll read the rest of that in just a moment, David, but please. This is a thing, okay? So UPS brings the package. It doesn't even leave the truck. Doesn't come. None of us receive it at all. What they should have done is just sent it back. So, oh, here, well, it wasn't received. Here's your package back. Sorry, but disposed of, like trashed. And then charging, $253.90 for all these feeds that I just showed. Like, I don't know. David says, so likely we'll never see these cymbals again. UPS never tried contacting me or anything. I was forced to begin the process of filing. Sorry to hear about that, David. It's really hard for everybody here, and I don't know. If I don't have a very good opinion of UPS. Okay? Oh my. Chipmunk says, oh my, David, so sorry. The enemy must know something important. And Hubert says to Calamantos, thank you, and you're very welcome. You guys are amazing. I know. I really appreciate you guys. David says, UPS instructed me to wait until I'm notified. I also brought up the erroneous bill they sent you, and pretty sure they're going to invalidate that bill. I hope so, David. I hope so. And again, for those who are willing and able to help with the bill, I hope it doesn't amount to that, and I hope they don't again do the collection agency thing, because that can cause a lot more damage than $250. I can, like I said before, purchasing anything on credit or anything like that is it's just going to damage a person's credit reputation for who knows how many years. But I hope that they do invalidate it. But just in case they don't, again, for those of you who are willing to help out, the link is in the description. I put a goal of the exact amount, so not a penny more, but the exact amount of what this charge is. And again, there it is, $253.90. Yeah, so if we have to pay it, and if we do have that goal met, we'll use that to actually pay it. If UPS does scrap the bill, which I think they should, but again, I know what I've been through in the past with UPS. 6 months of grueling, horrible. I know what I've been through in the past with UPS. So, yeah. So if they do scrap the bill, then whatever is donated will be given wherever else is needed. David says, I have a friend who works for UPS, and he even said it all smells very fishy. You know, if you look it up, UPS brokerage fees in Canada, and you pull it up and you see so many people with so many horror stories. It's just, anyways. Chipmunk says, I had no idea about the collection, and UPS, stupid as heck. I have even contacted the Canadian Border Agency multiple times over this. And they warned me, you got to do something fast because UPS will take to a collection agency. Even they warned me. The people at the Canadian Border and Service Agency, the CBSA, the people that are in charge of the border between Canada and the U.S., a couple of them, both of them warned me, do something fast because if you don't, they're going to make your life hell. And David says, oh no, Chris, they didn't have any rust on them. It's patina and actually gives vintage cymbals character and makes them much more desirable. New cymbals lack this and the extra character it brings. Okay, all right. Well, thank you, David. When you saying oxidation, I'm thinking rust, but thank you. I appreciate that. Stephanie says, do you live schedule? Is that why they are giving your packages a hard time? So sad we can't gift people through the mail. I always say conveniences always come with a cost. I'm not sure what you mean by live secluded. I'm sorry. I thought that was scheduled. You live secluded. No, I wouldn't say I live secluded. Because in the past, when I don't live like right in the middle of a city right now, but in the past I basically did. I lived in a very I lived in an area like right in the residential area of a certain place, and that's when even then UPS gave me such a hard time. David says, we'll get there, brother Chris. In hindsight, I would have made the 3-hour drive and personally hand them to you. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, David, if UPS did not contact you at all, I can tell you for sure they did not contact me. And by the way, David, just so you know, please, I hope you hear this, but I did not. I know that you said that you thought there might have been block. I didn't block anybody. Okay, no way would I do that. No, so I didn't do that. Just so you know, David, I'm not sure why the communication was held up like that, but no, I did not do that, David. And I appreciate that. Thank you. Chipmunk says you need a cymbal mule. Where is that? Where is that talking donkey when you need it? Yeah. I know this may sound crazy, but I thought, with all this stuff, the way UPS, I thought about starting, overseeing or spearheading a company that would be better than UPS. Chipmunk says, now you can do the drum sound to my bad joke. Yeah. David says these particular cymbals would have been over $1,000 to replace. So at this point, I'm out $1,000 in vintage cymbals, or will probably never see again. Plus $100 to ship, plus this erroneous $254 bill. Yeah, David. You know what? I need to make this. I need to put this out there as well, because I know that most of you, if not all of you, are in the U.S. So this, keep in mind, this is Canadian $253.90. So it would be. Well, let's do the math here. What would that be in American? So 253. I got it right here for you guys to see. 253.90 Canadian is 181.41 US. So it is less than 200 US for you guys. I know it's kind of hard to do the conversion in your mind when you see these numbers, but that's where it's at. And David says, thank you, Brother Cubert. So your love isn't going unnoticed. And David says, quote unquote, disposed of is probably code for taken. Yeah, that's what I thought. They probably just said, okay, let's do a draw here. Who's going to get these? Oh, yeah, we'll charge the recipient that really wasn't the recipient, because the person didn't receive it at all. We'll charge him $253.90 just because. Chipmunk says, it left in someone's pockets. God knows what happened, and he will bring the blessing forward tenfold. Thank you, Chipmunk. Yes, and I do pray that whoever is responsible for this will get what they deserve. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Because I think anybody in their right mind would say what happened here is just wrong in so many ways. David says, but either way, let's give all praises to the Most High for his goodness and provisions, and let's always keep our focus on Yeshua's return and building Yah's kingdom. Thank you for the positivity there, David. And Chipmunk says, air hug, Christopher. Thank you. David says, and thanks for doing this live today. It makes me feel much more positive and even optimistic that our Abba will work out all these details. Well, thank you. You know, I should say as well, there has been some kind of communication problem over the past few weeks between David and I. And I've been wondering, like I sent David a few text messages, and I was wondering why I didn't receive a response. So therefore, I sent an email. And David, I did get your email, and thank you for the email as well, David. I appreciate that. I just so busy here. I will reply to that email. I appreciate that. Something happened there, so yeah, it's been tough for everyone, and again, I want to be, as you guys can see through this whole entire live stream, I'm here to be as transparent and as much of a facilitator of God's work as much as possible here, and to let you guys know what exactly is going on, so you guys know exactly, so everybody's in the loop. Clemental says, kudos to you, David, for coming on live to solve this problem. Thank you, Dave. Yes, thank you, Clementos, and thanks again, David, as well. I appreciate that. Going Nowhere says, hello, Going Nowhere. Welcome and blessings multiplied to you and yours. David says, apparently with UPS from USA to Canada, you cannot declare a value or insure a package without voiding out the quote-unquote gift declaration. Very weird policy they have. Yeah. Yeah, we need a company, a delivery courier that is not going to be so problematic, in my opinion. And I'm trying to be careful in with what I say here online. But Chipmunk says, what other delivery options are there? Well, very good question, Chipmunk. The best one, really, that I know of that doesn't do all these shenanigans is just simply using UPS or USPS, excuse me. USPS hands it off directly to Canada Post. So Canada Post is like the USPS of Canada, and they don't charge all these extra fees. So they would charge tax, but as you can see on this bill, at least that wouldn't be. I mean, tax would be half this bill, right? So the tax that's charged on this is what do we got here? So the total government charges are $140, but where is it now? We had more of a breakdown of the actual. Where is it? Right here, I think it is. Let me make this a little bit more. Yeah. So look at the fee, and most of these fees I think are just UPS, just an entry prep fee, $100.25. Entry prep. Like, oh, just to drive it across the border? Prep? What do you have to do to prep? I don't know. Entry prep, and then the disbursement fee, $7.40. COD online fee. What? Who asked for a COD online fee? Duty amount, $0. Okay. Customs is $125. So you see the customs, this would be what you would pay if you were just to bring it over the border, or even if USPS were to bring it over the border to Canada Post. That's basically what you'd be paying, $125.48. But it seems to me like UPS, like pretty much matches the government fees with their own fees. Their own, it's like the government fees, the customs is half, literally half the amount of the bill. Amazing. David says, going to run now and help wife, love and blessings and shalom to all my fam. We'll see y'all soon. Well, thank you, David. Again, thank you for coming on here and sharing. I appreciate that, David. And Chipmunk says, thank you, David. Many blessings. Yeah. Chipmunk says they forgot the air tax and the Snickers tax. Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, guys, so that is really where it's at right now. We're waiting for Victor's order to come in. Not sure exactly when that's going to come in, as it's back ordered, hopefully soon. And on top of that, we are going to try to deal with this bill. In the meantime, again, if we have enough, if you guys have, if you guys, again, I'm not sure exactly what's going on there with the campaign, but if there's enough in the campaign funds, what I mean by campaign, the campaign to cover this bill, if there's enough to cover this bill, and we can't, for some reason, they just give us too much of a hard time, we'll just take from you guys donations for the cause to give it to the, to pay off this bill, get it behind us, and move on, okay, and never deal with UPS again. But if we can get this bill waived, anything that's given will be redirected to something else that is needed in this ministry. So anyways, guys, thank you guys in advance. Thank you guys for what you have donated, and thank you guys for your help. Thank you for your moral support. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your heart. Thank you for listening to this, and hopefully we can get this solved ASAP. But there you have it, folks. That is why we still have to suffer with these kind of cymbals. And that's why it's taken such a long time. All right. So thanks in advance for those of you who give to this to help out. Blessings multiplied to you, and I pray that the Lord sees and honors and blesses your heart and your gifts to the utmost. Many times more back to you guys. I appreciate that. So, Chipmunk says, now I get why they have brown trucks. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, the PayPal link is in the description. Now, for those of you who are listening to a replay of this, maybe you weren't able to catch the live, that's still going to be open. The campaign's still going to be open unless, again, I haven't checked here at all, so I don't know what's going on. Unless the goal has been met, I'll close it out and we'll keep that, to be used for the cause. Okay, guys, and for those of you who are on other platforms, if you're on TikTok or any of the other platforms, if you do not see the link in the description to help out, please go on over to YouTube and look me up over there. You will find if you see the it would be a replay probably by the time you get to it, but you see the video called Drum Fundraiser Update that was aired December 1st, 2024. I'm talking to you guys in the future. So December 21st, 2024, you'll see where it says Drum Fundraiser. I keep on saying Drum Fundraiser Update. You'll see the link in the description. Oh yeah, Bluebird made it very, thank you for letting us know. And this is true as well. Canada Post is now on strike, so that makes it harder. If somebody sends something, which I don't really expect anything right now, but if someone sends something in the mail, USPS, to anybody in Canada, right now it will be delayed because of the Canada Post strike. So what happens is if you're in the USA and you send something through UPS, it will go to the border of Canada, and then the Canadian UPS will take it and charge all these fees, and then deliver it. But if you send USPS, it will go to the border and be handed off to Canada Post. Now, they will charge their customs, which is, as you can see, about half as much as the UPS fees. And the problem is Canada Post, because USPS and Canada Post work hand in hand, right? So USPS goes directly to Canada Post, but now Canada Post is on strike, and I'm not sure when they're going to be, how long they're going to be on strike. Yeah, Chipmunk says perfect time for during Christmas. They're going to go postal. Yeah. And this is all the more that UPS can cash in on all this other stuff. Anyways, thank you guys. We'll see you again tonight, Lord willing, in another, 4 hours or so. We'll see you guys tonight. We'll do our regular evening live streams, and we'll keep on keeping on, right? So keep on keeping on. Keep on pressing in, keep on calling on him, and he will show you great and mighty things. Again, thank you guys. I really appreciate your love. I appreciate all that you've done. I'm basically giving my all here. So, and I'll leave with this. And I've said this on my Subscribe Star page. TikTok is complaining because I'm so-called inactive, but I said this on my Subscribe Star page, and I'll say this just before I go. With these kind of, with YouTube and with subscribe star, when you got people that are supporting, it's like you like, what kind of perks can you give somebody who, for each tier level, what kind of perks? I'm always like I don't know what to do, because I give everything anyway. I give my all. Like I'm just giving my all. Like, what else can I give for those who support what we do here? So I kind of feel like a little bit like helpless when it comes to giving perks out. I give everything, guys. I give my all. So anyways, thank you guys for your support. I appreciate that. And we'll see you tonight. Going Nowhere says later. And Chipmunk says, see you later, Christopher. God has this. Thank you, Chipmunk. I appreciate that. Okay, guys. We'll see you then. Until next time, again, as always, love you guys. And I pray the Lord bless you and keep you, make his face to shine upon you, lift up his countenance upon you, and give you wonderful, wonderful shalom. Amen, amen. I'll see you guys tonight.